Hello everyone, and welcome to this video, which is all about how you can use YouTube as a really valuable teaching resource and how it works fantastically well with different aspects of G Suite, including slides, forms, and various other bits and pieces. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is look at Google Slides and how YouTube works with that. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up a new Google Slide, and for those of you that like shortcuts, you can see just type in Slides New will do that for you, give you a brand new slide. And obviously, because I've done it so many times now, I literally just have to type S and it comes up as my first option. So it's incredibly quick. 2 clicks and I'm into my first slide. Okay. Now, I might want to add all sorts of bits and pieces to this slide, and I might want to choose a theme and everything else. But the main thing I might want to do is add a video. Now, you can just add a video in quite easily, but you can also do some quite nice things with it. So, for example, one of the things I like to do is I come up here to Insert and Image, and I'll have a look through the web, and I want to find a cinema screen. And this is going to find me cinema screens that are free for reuse. And I'm just going to drag that in to my slide here. It just takes a few seconds and it's going to create that image for me. Now I can resize that however I want. I can change the background behind it if I'd like to as well. I can stretch it. I could specifically ask for a certain size. So I just change the background there to black, just so it's nice and slick. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a YouTube video directly onto the screen, okay, which just makes it look a lot nicer than how it might do at the moment. Okay, let's just get rid of that text box out of the way. So I'm going to go up again to Insert, and this time I'm going to choose Video. And you'll notice I've got 3 options. I can just search. I can search by the URL of the video if I already know it, or I can bring something in from my drive. But I'm particularly going to use something from YouTube. So in this case, I might say, for example, something that's quite common at the minute, Tiger King. And I might try and bring one of those through. So, 10 craziest things that happened in the Tiger King video film series, for example. So I just click on that and select it, and it brings it in. And now what I've got is the YouTube video just sat almost like an image, and I can, to a certain extent, resize this, and I can even stretch it a little bit, although that does affect the picture. Okay, I don't have to stretch it that much, but I could choose to just have it appear on screen rather than being directly just on a page. Okay, it looks a lot nicer. But then what you'll also notice is when we click on the video, we've got video playback options here. So there are different options. You can have the video autoplay so that when you're presenting, as soon as you move on to the slide, it automatically starts to play. You don't have to come and click the play button. So I always choose to turn that on. If it's something you want to include in a video but you want to talk over, so it's a demonstration or something like that, and you want to provide your own commentary, you can also mute the video, mute the audio, and that way if you're doing a screencast like I am at the moment, you could talk that through. And you can also select the start and the end point. So for example, if I wanted to choose a particular point, say for example here, I can say, right, that is 2:49. So I just change that. And I wanted to end at 2:56. Okay, so it's only going to be a very, very short video. And I just close that. And then when I click present, what will happen is it automatically starts to play. And it's automatically started and stopped at those points that I've mentioned. Okay, so that's the first cool thing that you can do with Google Slides and YouTube videos. The second thing is in Google Forms. So to get myself a Google form, I'm going to open up a new window. I'm going to close that one. Open up a new window, and guess what? I'm going to type forms.new to get myself a new form. And within my forms, I get the option of inserting a video. Now I could insert it as part of a question, or I can just insert it immediately. So I'm going to add a video. This time I want some cats and kittens. See what it turns up. There we go, mother cat and kittens, cute cats and kittens doing funny things. That'll do. So I'm just going to add that in there. And you can see it drops it just below the question. So I might decide to get rid of this question or move this one above it. And here I might just say, watch this video. And then underneath, I could add in a question. For example, what was your favourite part? For example, okay? And I can make that a required question if I want. So that becomes automatically part of this form really, really easily. So when the students look at it, and we look at it from the other point of view, you can see it's here and you can just click on it within YouTube to start the play. Okay. The other cool thing you can do is if you're using this as a quiz, and to turn this into a quiz, we might say, for example, come up here to quizzes, make it a quiz. Then one of the things we can do is turn off the correct answers and offer feedback on that quiz. So if I said this was a different question, and this was what colour was the first cat, I could make it a multiple choice question. So we could say grey and black and the best one, ginger. Okay, we make it a multiple choice. We make it a required question. And then I come to the answer key. And I'm going to tell Google Forms quizzes that ginger is the correct answer. And I'm going to give it 1 point. And then in answer feedback, for any incorrect answers, I can give them extra feedback. So I could give them the clip to watch the video again. Open it up in YouTube and get the link. Copy it and paste that. And then in the feedback, down here, click on the form, answer feedback, incorrect answers. We could add by URL the film again. There it is. Add that in there. And I might say, watch again, because they've got it wrong that time, okay? And the student gets that wrong, they'll get sent this video to watch again if you want to allow them to have another try at it, okay? So that's another really good feature of Google Forms using YouTube, particularly for differentiated feedback for students, okay? Just to see it in the question form, as the students would see it, obviously we'd have a title. Here's the question. If I say black and submit it, I don't get anything straight away because I chose not to, but I can now go back to the responses and I can choose to have a look and I can release the scores. Okay, because if students haven't done particularly well, you might not want them to just get an email that says, you know, you got no marks, whatever. So you might want to review first. So I'm going to send the emails to that. And what I would get is in my emails, I should have, here we go, score released, untitled form. Got my score. Here I can view it. Here's my actual form. And here's the opportunity. Here's that video that I've been sent to watch it again. But anybody who put the correct answer would not have been sent that video. So if I've got an option to then go back and try this again, this gives me something extra to look at. Or equally, if I got the right answer, it could have been a continuation task. Okay, so that's YouTube and Google Forms. Now we're going to look at YouTube itself. So I'm going to come out of my emails here and we're going to go to YouTube. So this is my channel full of instructional videos and things like that and hints and tips. And you'll notice that I've got a list here for home, videos, playlists, and so on. But one of the things a lot of people don't realize is you can create your own playlists, even if they're not your videos. And as a teacher, that's really powerful because you can decide whether they are searchable playlists or whether they're unlisted and therefore people can only find them if you provide them with a link. The good thing about a playlist is you can set it up in a particular order so that certain videos follow on after each other, and therefore from a student's perspective, they know this is the first video to watch, then there's a second one, then there's a follow-up, and they just click through the playlist. And it's really easy to do. But if I want to create a playlist, I can come over here, click on my icon, come to YouTube Studio, and here we can see playlists. So I click on playlists, and you can see all the playlists I've already got and the option for adding a new one. So you can see, for example, here I've got a Peppa Pig playlist. Now this one is Peppa Pig videos in Spanish for my Spanish students, and that one is unlisted. That one people can't see, and that's the little icon there. Anything that's got the world icon is viewable to everybody. So you can see I've got an unlisted one there. So if I wanted to create a new playlist for my class, I might say, for example, call it digital skills, okay? And I can make it unlisted, which means they won't be able to search for it, but once I've provided them with the link, they'll be able to see it. So you can see here, immediately it displays as unlisted. I've got no videos in it at this stage, but I will have. Shift Happens is a great series of videos about technological change. Okay, there we go, Shift Happens. Several different versions of them. This one's updated for 2020. So I'm just going to click on it and have a quick look at it. And if this is the video I want, you can see this icon here. All I want to do is click there. There we go, and I can just choose to add it to my digital skills playlist. Okay, simple as that, no need to save or anything like that. Now I can come back out, and that is automatically saved in that playlist. Here we go, I can come to my playlists, and here we go, here's my digital skills playlist, and here's my one video in it ready to go. And if I want to share that with students, I can just copy the link address and send it to them in Google Classroom, or obviously I can put it into Google Classroom and embed it in there with the link if I want to as well. But it will automatically just take them to those. Okay. The other thing I want to show you, which is also, again, really useful in YouTube, is that you can decide where you want your particular video to start from. So if you're sharing a video, like we did in that Google slideshow, if you want to share a video with students, but you don't want them to watch the whole thing because it's quite a long video, okay, let's choose one of mine here to start off with. So this is an 11-minute video, okay. I don't want the students to watch all 11 minutes of this one. So I don't want them to watch the whole video. I want to watch a certain part of the video. So I grab and find a point in the video that I know I want them to watch. And I might only want them to watch from here. So what I can do, the video is paused. I can right click on the screen itself, and you'll notice instead of just getting the copy video URL, you get copy video URL at the current time. Okay. If I copy that, I open up a new window, paste it in, and enter. It will load that video from that point, which means we've skipped all of that introduction, and it enables us to take our students right to the point where we want to give them the most important information. So you can choose, without having to worry about editing, just individual points. So exactly where I've asked it to. Okay, so that's another way you can make use of YouTube really easily from a teaching point of view, and enable you to get right to the heart of what you want the students to see. Okay, so hopefully you found that useful.